Hey, you. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Welcome to episode 2 of OmathaCraft Season 5. Well, as you have joined us here on the OmathaCraft server for our second episode, you may or may not notice that we are still in the communal district. And that is because this place is looking insane. Things are constantly popping up. There is this mega communal iron farm which has just appeared. The chests aren't a little bit unloaded there, but this thing is amazing. Communal is becoming absolutely wonderful, and I am standing by the Lake Alotl. This is the lake where we are all adding our axolotls to, because why not? Who doesn't want a lake full of axolotls? I mean, just look at this. It's so beautiful. So what are we going to be doing in today's episode? Well, today I want to really make a good crack at finishing ourselves getting geared up. I would like to get ourselves in fully enchanted diamond tools, make sure our gear is all up to scratch and where we want it to be. Obviously, we're not going to be getting an elytra just yet. We've got a group dragon fight coming up, which is going to be extra exciting. But yeah, I want to get fully geared up today, but to do that, we are going to definitely need some more resources. Let's go and take a look at what we've got so far. So in our valuables resources chest, this is what we have. We only have 3 diamonds to our name at the moment. We have quite a few amethyst blocks, a little bit of iron, but yeah, we definitely need some more diamonds. So I tell you what, let's do an hour's mining session. So that is what I did. I came over here to our new base location and I went mining. As you can see, I have tunnels going off in all sorts of directions, getting tons upon tons of resources. So just compacting down our resources from those furnaces just there. Take a look at this chest. Yeah, I went a little bit crazy. I mined quite a bit. I mean, the important one here is our diamonds. So let's take a look. Let's convert those into blocks. There we go. Almost 2 stacks of diamonds. That is exactly what I want. That is definitely going to get us underway for buying resources, buying those books, and also buying and creating loads more equipment. But also, look at that quantity of redstone here. And I tell you what, I have some big plans for redstone this season. Yeah, we're going to be needing every last bit. I've just received 2 messages from 2 different people at the same time. This must mean I've got to record when I log on. I'm not exactly sure where I logged off, and neither of the culprits are online, but let's see what happens. So here I am at the spider spawner. As you can see, this is where we logged on. I am currently working on sorting out all our enchanted gear to get it properly up to scratch. As you can see, I need to combine those 2 books there and also add these enchantments to these tools just here. And then we're going to have a perfect set of tools to really make a crack on this world. But for that, I need a whole bunch of XP. So I think I'll be spending a little bit of time here. And then when we get out the surface and we get to our starter base, we're going to have to see what's happening. And I tell you what, I am super excited to show you our perfectly enchanted gear. There's a couple of bits I might put on my boots. I quite like to get some soul speed at some point, but that's no priority at the moment. I mean, take a look at this. We have some awesome gear here. Maybe we'll have a couple of more enchantments on our sword at some point, but I tell you what, this is a great setup for us to make a real grind into this game and make some real progress. But now we have to do it. We need to go to the surface and see what's happened to our starter base. Okay, so here we are at the surface. There's a Afraid running around over there. Let's go. Oh my word. Oh my. No way. It's just been flooded. This is amazing. It's like a big bowl. It's like a big bowl underwater. I tell you what, I am so glad we put Depth Strider on our boots just then. This is very much needed. Do you know what? I think I quite like it. Let's keep it. I'm not draining this. That's way too much effort. Let's keep this base. Yeah, so after swimming around, I'm really feeling it, but we are going to need one thing to make sure this base is nice and successful. That is, we're going to need a conduit so we can stay breathing underwater all the time. So to do that, let's go and try and find out and see if we can hunt down a conduit. So long story short, this is our first buried treasure, and let's have a look. Oh, yes, there we go. We have a Heart of a Sea, and I am going to, yes, grab all of this stuff here. That will all be very useful. Now it is time for us to go to an ocean monument. I see one on the horizon. And it's turning night, which is a little bit more terrifying, but I tell you what, do we have enough wood? No, we don't, but Barry is sleeping, that is absolutely perfect. Yeah, we're going to have to work out how we tackle this thing. As you'll see, I have a milk bucket or two, so hopefully we can grab a few items while we're in there. And you know what? It might be worth seeing if we can find some sponges while we're here. I mean, why not? Maybe this hasn't been raided, and that would be absolutely perfect, but I forgot about these things. Now I've set up a mini base over on that island there. We set our spawn point just in case, and hopefully this hasn't been raided, because you know what, while we're here, why not, let's grab some sponges. Let's run over, and can we see any holes in the top? Not so far. That is absolutely brilliant. Let's jump straight in, and what we're going to do is we're going to break a block just here. We're running in. Okay, so this hasn't been raided yet. Perfect. So let's place down a door. We grab some air, and now let's kill this beast. And there we go, he is down. That is absolutely brilliant. Let's grab a little bit more air. He did do a bit of damage. I forgot these things actually do quite a fair bit of damage. But let's keep going through. We'll drop down doors whenever we need them. And let's see if we can find a sponge room. Well, I haven't found the third Elder Guardian, but I have found a sponge room, but I don't want to mine it just yet, so I'm just going to note down the coordinates, because these things can be actually really hard to find. But there we go, and let's see if we can find this last one, then we can get rid of this mining fatigue, then we can grab the sponges, then we can make our way out of here after we've grabbed some prismarine. I don't want to forget that one. There we go, he is down, absolutely brilliant. Well, what I'm going to do now is, now we have no more mining fatigue. I'm glad I brought a couple of buckets of milk. They were incredibly useful. It is time, I'm just going to mine a whole bunch of prismarine. I think I'm going to steal as many sea lanterns as I can get my hands on, as they are lovely light sources. And I think we might be using a few of them in our base. And of course, you can't forget the gold blocks. So, yes, we have the means to make a conduit apart from the Nautilus shells, which I have no way of obtaining at the current moment. So we're going to put our base here on hold for the moment, and we're actually going to move over to our base location, which we were over at mining early in today's episode. Today, I want to mark out our mega build. This is going to be our big build this season. Now, I'm not too sure yet if I want to tell you what it is. I'm going to have to let you guess. But to do that, we're going to need a whole bunch of dark oak. So I was saying in chat, I'm going to need loads of dark oak this season, and Remora came and did this for us. We have 24 stacks of dark oak logs in there and a few birch to make things all nice and happy. I mean, how amazing is that? Remora, thank you ever so much. That is absolutely brilliant. Now we need to go over to our base and actually build up this wire frame. Okay, we have made it to where our base location is going to be, and as I said earlier, it is going to be quite close to JLR's and also Ninten's base, which is just north of us. But yes, here we are. I have planned out the area of our mega build. Now, bear in mind, this mega build is going to be surrounded by another mega city, a medieval mega city. This is going to be super cool, but this here is our mega area, and let's fly up and take a look at this area here. And as you will see, it is ginormous. It is this dark oak area here, and that is where we are going to be building our storage system. It's going to be in this zone just here. All sorts is going to be in this area here. That is a massive, massive area, and I tell you what, it's going to be really, really tall as well. So this is going to be an epic build, but the first thing we need to do is we need to get a floor in place, because we need something to be able to work with. A wireframe like this is going to be absolutely no good at all. You'll see over here it does cut through the land, so we're going to have to flatten all of this area just here to make sure it's below our floor level. And yeah, there's a few trees we're going to have to get rid of. As you'll see, I think I'm going to have to move some of our resources over here. We have a pile of chests over by our portal, which is just up here over here. As you can see, here's our portal and some of our chests, and our mine shaft is down below. So let's get this area nice and flat. As we place the last few slabs in, there we go, we have a floor. This thing is insanely massive. I can't wait to get work on this thing. And you know what, placing down this floor, although it may have taken a lot of time and a lot of dark oak slabs, actually I'm going to run away because it is night and the sun is setting. Yeah, that required a lot of dark oak, but I tell you, we do actually have a fair whack of it left. But let's make sure to jump in a bed for the moment. Now that reminds me, under there is lethal Yeah, I think the first thing we're going to do before we make more progress on the cathedral, we're going to light up under here. And I think while we're at it, we'll also light up the floor. And then what we're going to do is we're going to build up this wire frame, which then we can put the main roof in place. Now, we're going to be doing this in probably a different order than most people do their builds. And there might be a few reasons behind that. Number one, because I haven't fully designed the cathedral just yet. It's a work in progress. And two, I want to make big chunks of progress at a time. So instead of building small bits like the facade at once, instead we're going to do the big grindy sections like putting in the floor all in one big go. But next, we definitely need to light up this whole platform because I really don't want a creeper spawning in here and blowing all our hard work up. Oh, the grind is real. Yes, we have part of the roof on this place. Now, as I said earlier in the video, we're doing this part in sections. We're doing chunks at a time, so we have done a big chunk of the roof. Now, you will notice, oh, there's Brian just there. If we run up to the inside of our cathedral up here, you will see that the roof doesn't actually cover the whole floor plan of this place, and that is because the roof comes on 2 levels. We have the upper roof just here. As you can see, it runs across all of the wings, the 2 side wings and the main hall, but you'll see there is a big chunk of space on the main hall that isn't covered by roof, and that is because we're going to have a lower roof which is actually going to be at similar level to where this window here is starting. Now, as we are here, you can see this is our window design. So we are going to be having our big windows running across the whole front of this thing, or the sides should I say, down the side there, and obviously the same on the other side there. Now this is the design I'm going for. So we've got these 2 long windows in the middle, followed by a small window at the very top. Now you'll see these are made out of the very new deep slate bricks and stairs, and our outside is actually going to be surrounded by the stone bricks. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring all of this up, all the way up to the top, just like this. Now you'll see there's a nice little bit of contrast between the 2 here, but they blend in obviously really well together as they are designed for one another. We have our darker shade in the middle, that is going to be our setback bit, and behind these air blocks we are going to be having black stained glass windows. Yeah, so I would say that is looking quite cool. So you know what, let's get this thing completed. There we go. Yeah, I would say that is looking pretty cool. Wow, I love how these walls look. Now, obviously, these aren't fully complete. I've got some more ideas for what we're going to have going along the top of the walls, and I also want to fill in the windows behind here. We're going to have some black stained glass behind each one of these windows, but we don't have any sand or any ink sacs at the moment to actually make that possible. So that's something we can leave till a later date. And you will also notice that I've started marking out where the roof, or the next part of the roof, is going to go, and that is a massive amount of dark oak stairs to place. As you'll see, they go the whole way up in line with the top roof, and then we're going to have our upper windows. Now the upper windows will be a little bit shorter than these ones here, and they'll allow some more lighting up at the roof, which will look really, really cool. But I'd say for today that is enough work over here on the cathedral, and I just want to lay out a few more of my plans that we're going to be doing this season. So let me give you a little bit of the bearings for where we are. Obviously that is going to be our main area, the cathedral down there, and we are going to be expanding into this area around here, and I'm super excited to do so. Over here, this is currently where our portal is, and this is fairly close to the north border here. Now you will see over there we have a pillager outpost. That is actually a really useful pillager outpost, as that marks the corner between my base, JLR's base, and Ninten's base, which is just in line here. So our base border just runs out here. Now there is something else I want to go and take a look at, which is what me and Ninten are going to be jointly working on this season, which I'm very excited to do some work with Cam. It's been ages since we've been able to collab, and I believe there it is. We have an igloo in the hill, and I believe this is an igloo with some villagers, and Cam seems to have already been down here and has got our villagers in boats. We are going to be doing a joint breeder and trading setup, so we can get awesome books together. They'll be completely free for us both to use, and I can't wait to get to work on this. So we're going to be setting up a villager breeder very, very soon, and getting to work with Ninten on a brand new trading hall. Now, before we end off today's video, we have headed back over here to Communal because there is something we need to sign up for, something that happened last season, and that is continuing, and this is Truth or Dare It. Now, if you remember, all the way back last season, Cal tagged us with the Dare It, which I have in my ender chest. We have brought it across through magic through this season, and we are the ones who own the Dare It. But to be able to play the Truth or Dare It, we need to sign up to Truth or Dare It, so let's go and add our name to the list. So all the rules are the same as last season's. You can pause the video and read them if you'd like. And over here we have some signs, so let's grab ourselves a sign. Then let's pop round to the back. You'll see Cal has signed up, and then let's add our name in here. So there we go, let's add Rover in just like that, and then add a glowing sack to make that just that little bit brighter. Alongside this, we also need to add something to the pedestal, so up the top, let's go and add a diamond block, and there we go. As we can see, that's going to start piling up with all the people who add different resources and rewards to the pile just there. That is going to be very exciting. Hopefully, we might be in with a chance of winning it, but who knows, we'll have to wait and see. So who are we going to tag with the Darret? Well, you will have to wait till the next episode to find out. I know I'm leaving you on another cliffhanger there, how very, very exciting. But as we look over Lake Alotta with... hang on a second, is that a chicken in there? It is time to round up today's episode. We have done loads of progress for the second episode of this series. It has been absolutely incredible. If you're excited for what we're going to be doing with our base and all the projects we have going on this season, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and maybe consider supporting me over on Patreon to make these videos completely possible. Thank you to Cal over in the background, who is one of my patrons who makes all of this content completely possible. But as I said, that is all I have time for in today's video, so make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.